In this episode, I hang out with two of my fans. Then I look for a little bit of rest and relaxation, meet up with an old friend, and meet up with a new friend. All coming up. People say things about having me time and spending quality time by myself. But when you are by yourself, like I am, live by myself, do things by myself, then spending quality time by myself is lost on me. It's the other way around. I have to have people around me in my downtime, not the other way around. But today's an exception. This is quality me time. Nobody really comes out here, so I thought I'd just come out and enjoy the peace and quiet. And this is non-alcoholic, by the way. Cheers. It's a hot day. Can't beat this view. I'm not generally a lover of resorts, but I love this room. This is fantastic. If I could ever afford it, I'd build a house that would look like this. I think this is just terrific. I could hang out here all day long. Met somebody.
Hello.
Hello, look who I met.
Look who I met.
Yeah, exactly. Who met who? That's the question.
That is the question.
But it's nice. It's hot and sticky, and we've just had some coffee. So,
yes, we both came in equally sweaty, so we both apologized for being sweaty.
We're sitting like, we're sweat zone here. Yeah. All right, anyway, we both met now, so you can all be quiet about it, all right? More Holly from Wind Hippie Sailing in the next episode. It was time to go back to the boat and start my day. Meanwhile, this came through. It's kind of a supply vessel. All these islands are kind of remote, and they get all their fuel, water, and supplies by boats like this. Meanwhile, it was going to be a hot one in the anchorage today. Completely no wind. You can see the reefs over in the distance there. Then I noticed these guys, a big catamaran, in, I wouldn't say trouble, but they were kind of having problems getting their anchor up. They were sweet about it, told me not to worry, that they'd see me there. But you can see how close some of these boats are in the anchorage. That's typical of this sort of place. I need to get my ass out of here and go and do something other than sitting around. But I've been catching up on working on videos and things, which of course is very important, but I need to do some more adventurizing. And it just seems too hot. I went out to a sandbank today, and I got halfway there, and I thought, I'm not enjoying this. I turned around and came home. Days like this, I tend to stay below and do work on the computer, editing. You can see here I have to have the fan on the computer to keep it cool while it works. Making some improvements or changes anyway to the boat. I've always hated carpet on a boat. Shaddy's got lots of it. It comes up the side here. The floors are carpeted, and it's a really short-haired kind of carpet, which now has got to a point where it's aging, and the short hairs are all coming off and creating a huge dust problem on the boat. I just can't stand this floor anymore. I need something to do, so I started ripping carpet off. It's a little bit rough here because we've still got the glue. If you can see that, there's the glue finish on there, which I'll take off later, take it back to the wood. It's a veneer, so I've got to be careful how I do it. So this is a bit of floor I've already done. Sun sort of highlighting it quite nicely. It's the same floor but without the carpet, and it's got a nice stain on there now. And then for coziness, the idea is I'm just going to have throw rugs around the place like that. I think it'll look good. It really is just too hot to go out, so I'm trying to think what to do at the moment. It's 4 o'clock, so I'll probably go for a beer. That's that decision made then. Yeah! And then, as if by magic, it was the next day. Whoa, it's another hot one, and I'm off out exploring. It's one of the lowest tides of the year, as far as I can work out. It's a full moon, or it's just gone past the full moon, and we're expecting very low tides today, so I'm going to take Squeaky out and do some venturing, see what we can see. Got the waterproof camera in there, that's the other Osmo. Got some water in here. I have a drone. I'm not sure I can fly it because we're close to an airport, but out there we might just be far enough away we're allowed to. And I've got some reef shoes because we might have to walk across the reef. I say we because my friend Rick is coming at some point. He's down there and his dinghy is a lot faster than Squeaky, so he'll probably just overtake me anyway, so I'm just going to go. I think I need to put some fuel in the boat just to be sure, because it's quite a long way, and then also I'm going to take an anchor in case I have to anchor off and I can't get to the reef. There's a lot of sand on there, you can't really see it. It's a big sandbar with a reef in front. So Squeaky, you want to go for an adventure? Okay, calm down. I'm talking to boats now. I need a girlfriend.
Over there, but that's not the one we're going to. The one we're going to is over there.
When I arrived, the first thing I saw was this giant catamaran, obviously built for the tourist trade. They were all having their lunch out there. It smelt yummy, none for me. Got the old beach wheels out. I so love these things. They just make life so much easier. I can pull the boat right up out of the water above the tide line. You can see why reef shoes are important in a place like this. Sometimes it's quite a long haul through the water before you get to dry land, and you don't always know what's down there. But there was certainly lots of nothingness here. But I wasn't the only one. My friend Rick had arrived before me.
Who's that over there? Rick!
While there was nobody on the beach, thought I'd try the drone, but again that didn't work. Still too close to the airport, so I couldn't fly it for safety's sake. So I thought instead I'd try and get myself a really cool thumbnail. The idea was good, but the guy that was working the beach was kind of in the way. But in the end, got the shot. At this point, Rick and I discussed that there was no burger or beers on this sandbar, so we decided we'd probably had enough and would go home. On my way to shore, I bumped into a friend of mine, Mel, from the New Zealand days, out water skiing. Decided to say hi. Sorry, I'm not perving, I know her. Well, I am perving a bit, yeah. Yeah, okay. Face plant next to my boat. You looked a bit wobbly the first time around. I'm like, whoa!
That was my first go at it.
Yeah?
Ever.
That really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's
Smiley, there you go. Okay. These exotic locations look great on camera, but they can be, and usually are, extremely sweaty and hot. So when the sun goes down, it's always with a sigh of relief. There's a guy in front of me. He's very, very, very close. It's sweet as though he's agreed to pull in a bit more chain and it's moving forward a bit. There's stuff going on in the marina at the moment, so it's quite busy. And that's not, well, it's too close, but normally on a quiet day it's not a problem for the day, but if it blows up tonight then it will be a problem. There are dishes in the sink. Had breakfast, lots of lovely fresh fruit, enjoyed that, had it made for me. Got a guest on board this morning, Mel, and we were going to go up the way to see Holly from Wind Hippie Sailing, but Perkinson's playing up. She sort of went boom and then stopped, and I cannot get the engine started. And you know, with having somebody on board, it's like we've got to get going, and we had to be there in the morning. So it's not going very well, and it's really hot, too hot to be working on engines. But yeah, it's a mess in there. No, I don't know. This is an old engine, and I'm tired and it's tired. That's Mel. She might not be going anywhere today.
Yeah, it was a day sale, but now it might just be beers at the bar.
Yeah, it's just beers at the bar, I think.
We'll see.
Oh dear. Yeah, there's people all around here. There's a regatta starting, and I was going to get away from that, but I'm stuck here with it now.
You might be part of the regatta after all.
Yeah, maybe I'll tell you what, I'll stay for the regatta then, shall I?
Yeah.
Was going to be a good day out, but I'm going to go for ice cream instead. And now this one starts, it'll be alright. Yeah.
Bye, White Shadow.
See, Mel's on this one. It's got a working engine and everything. Always wanted to go underneath this. I did it once before on another friend's catamaran. Full speed of the dinghy underneath. It's good fun. But they got like a swimming thing over there, so I can't do it with this. Another day perhaps. So yeah, we were going to go down the coast, up the coast, to meet Holly from Wind Hippie Sailing, and the engine won't start. Perkins has decided not to work, so he didn't want to work today. And the starter motor is super hot, so it's a super hot day, so I let everything cool off. So we're not going to make it today, so I'm going to buy Mel an ice cream, and then she's going to go back to her boat. They got filled for it. Hey, it's my biggest fan. The next few scenes are basically working on the engine. We've done all that before, so we're just going to skip through that at high speed. Just want to put the tools away and go and have some fun. Not yet though. And I'm going to prove my friends who say I keep too much stuff on the boat wrong again. When you're cruising, you have to have everything. And here's a selection of fuel pipes. So if I'm going to do some plumbing in the fuel system, I have the pipes, and I think it's that one I need. If not, I'll make it fit. But yeah, see, you never know when you need stuff like this. Another customer coming in. The solar panel that's normally up there, the one that's removable, has been removed. It's actually lying here, because that's where the sun is at the moment. It's all day long. Look at that. I'm trying to get as much amps as I can. With running the engine or trying to run it and get it started, I'm using up an awful lot of power. It was overcast yesterday, so didn't get much sun on the solar panels. It's another hot one. I tried to start early this morning, day 2 of engine fix, or attempted fix. We don't know if it's going to get fixed yet. And it's hot. There's a regatta going on ashore, so they're all making ha ha he he, and I'm making so decided before I try again today, I'm going to change the fuel filter. I'm only going to use one filter at the moment, just to shorten the line up, to try and find out where the problem is, just to get the thing started. So yeah, just one filter. I've got to change it. I've taken it apart. The inside, it's old, you see. I mean, that is old, and there's bits of it, it's kind of rusting inside, and you're like, well, you know, why don't you change it? Don't forget, I'm in the middle of nowhere here. There's nowhere you can buy anything. Everything I have to do on this boat, I have to have the parts or make stuff, MacGyver it if you like, because there's nowhere to buy anything here at all. I thought I was going to get it started by 5 o'clock yesterday, but it didn't happen. Sometimes I just, when it's like this, and yeah. Anyway, okay, I better get on with it.
Hello, let's see if we can make this thing work. Okay.
It was then that Matt from Sugar Shack came round and saved the day. That's my friend Matt on his way, and that's to the sound of an engine. Alright, so the new system is working. It's getting gravity fed, because that's up higher than the rest of the engine. I've got a priming valve here, through one filter, to the pump, to the pistons, and we've got engine noises. I know solar power is great, but the bonus with this is 40 volts banging into those batteries. We could hardly turn the engine over. Matt was on the engine turnover and I was bleeding the engine as he was doing it. You do need 2 people to do it properly. And there's been a regatta today and loads of boats went out and they're all coming back in at the same time. So I'm kind of keeping an eye out to make sure they don't get too close. Everybody's facing in different directions at the moment. This guy's heading straight for me. I'm glad they're back before it gets dark. Well, bunch of drunk friends. Yep, you're on TV.
Ah, Barry.
Uncle Colin, welcome back.
The pirates have returned.
I hope you had a miserable time. I had a lovely quiet day today. No motorboats, no sailors, nothing. Lovely, thank you. There's a boat in front of you, by the way. You can see just how many boats are in the anchorage at the moment. This is an interesting boat, trimaran. You don't see many of them around. Kind of like it, I gotta say. I bet it's super fast. Meanwhile, Shaddy's sitting quietly at anchor while the mayhem ensues around us. Look, he's about to get run down. Some dick's gonna get, look at that. Just row out of the way, my God. This is what I thought was gonna happen. Fella on the bow's just been signalling turn to starboard. I'm glad about that. Because they're right on me here. I mean, they couldn't get much closer. It's a pretty sight. But I was just frightened that they're all going to come in after dark and all be bouncing off each other or off onto me. That was what I was worried about. The next day it was time to leave Muscat Cove. I'd enjoyed my stay here, but had to move on to the next adventure. But first I had to navigate my way through all these boats. Super close. Oh, I was in the middle of all that. I'll see you later. Safe journeys. I'll probably see you in a few days anyway.
Right.
We're attracted together like I am with beer, you know, it's that kind of thing. Love you. Okay, I'm in front of this guy, cutting the corner a little bit here. Okay. Once again, my old nemesis, the reefs. Okay, it's back to dodging reefs again. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, press the notifications bell, give me a like. Thank you to my patrons for being incredibly wonderful. If you're interested, check out my Patreon page, real-time updates, Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Till next time, take care.